Titan Nation, how are you guys today? My name is Mr. Titan, and today I have a bunch of special guests, all right? You guys probably know them. I mean, they don't need any introduction, but at the same time, I'm just going to introduce them one by one. But first of all, I do want to thank Margarita Lopez, who sent me, let me move for a second. She sent me that sign, and she sent me another flag as well. And I just want to say thank you again for sending me that. I really appreciate it. All right, so we have a really good show for you guys today, and I'm gonna stop talking and just start introducing everyone, because I mean we got a ton of people, really great people. First duo I'm gonna let you guys in on. It's going to be Tennessee Titan Weekly. All right, if you guys haven't checked them out, you should definitely check them out. Really, really cool guys, and I'm happy for them to be on the show. So here you go. I'm gonna add them right now. What's happening, fellas? What's happening?
What's going on? What's happening, bro? Mr. Titan.
Yes,
There we
sir.
go. How you doing today?
We're good. We're good, man. We're good, man. So we're gonna hit y'all with the intro. Are we ready for it? Are we ready? All right.
Doing the intro, huh?
Yes, sir. We're doing the intro. All right, here we go. Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly, and Mr. Titan, Jacques.
Oh!
Mr. Titan.
Oh,
Titans 2. We got the Titans in Truth, and we got Titan Upload. We're here, y'all. We're here.
perfect.
Everybody's here.
Perfect.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
And how you guys doing today, man?
We're doing good, man. Hey, what we saying? Quarantine living, as they say. Bleeding Titans blue, trying to make it. That's hey. What about you, Mr. Titan? We're glad to be here. We really appreciate you letting us on the show. This is exciting again. Once again, a collaboration. We down for anything. We love it. We love it. We Titans fans. We bleed blue. Tighten up, baby.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
And I do appreciate you guys joining me. I've watched all your videos. I mean, you guys just have the passion, man, and that's what I love about both of you guys. You bring the energy, and it's awesome, man. It's great, and I love the little intro. The intro is I wanted to be part of that. I just wanted to scream because that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Good deal, man. Well, we are glad to be here, man. For those who might not know about our show, man, you can check us out on YouTube at Tennessee Titans Weekly, as well. If you have not subscribed to Mr. Titan as well, go ahead and subscribe to his show as well. Hit the like button at the bottom. Hey, man, all of us here, we bleed that Titan blue, cold blue. We are here. Tennessee, we're expected to have a great season this year, man, and we cannot wait till the season starts, man. We really can't.
Absolutely. We're coming off an AFC championship, so we got to continue this roller coaster that we on. We go that motto of going from good to great. Let's go from great to the greatest. You know what I mean?
There we go.
Super Bowl. We need a Super Bowl. We went to the Super Bowl in '99. We fell short. We need a Super Bowl in 2021. So let's go. Tighten up.
Let's do it.
I agree. So the next person we have, okay, we got Tennessee Titans Weekly. The next person we have, all right, he's helped me out. I mean, I've called him a bunch of times when I needed help on videos or anything like that. We have Titan Upload. Titan Upload is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening, Mark? Uh-oh. I don't hear Mark.
We good?
Yeah, I hear you. There we go. All right. What's happening, Mark?
Not much. I was in I'm not sure where I was for the last 10 minutes, but you're kind of freezing me here. Welcome. Thank you for the invite, Mr. Titan. It's an all-star cast of Titan YouTube guys, and so exciting to be with Justin from Titans Tube. First time I got to meet Justin other than on Twitter, and then Tennessee Titans Weekly and Titans in Truth and Mr. Titan. I'm just super pumped to be here with you, and just thanks again for the invite. But yeah, Titan Upload. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter at Titan Upload 27. The T and the L are capitalized. You can find me on Instagram now, which is not going very well, but that's okay. And Facebook and starting this website that I'm keep talking about and I just keep delaying. So that will be titanupload.net eventually when that thing releases. So again, always exciting to talk Titan. So thanks again for the invite.
Thank you. And thank you for coming on and taking, especially all of you guys, taking your time. And the next person, all right, the next person we have was basically the first Tennessee Titans YouTuber I actually ever watched. And that's Titans 2. We got Justin. Got Justin on the way. Just slowly see if he comes. Oh. Justin, you're out there. Come back in. Let's see. See if Justin comes. There we go.
Yo, I'm here.
What's happening?
What's up, guys?
You got me a little nervous there, Justin. I was like, what's happening, Justin?
All right, sorry about that. What's going on? Thanks for having me. I wish I could see you guys, but this is the first time I've used Zoom, and I'm an amateur with technology, so I'm just gonna have to hear you guys and speak to you that way. But thanks for getting this together, man. I'm excited to be here.
All right, man. If you guys haven't checked out Titans Tube, he has really good content. It's really good. And then we have our last guest, right? We got the big man coming in. And that is Titans and Truth. Titans and Truth. See if he shows up, unless it's Ryan Tannehill again in this picture. Hopefully he'll join us. We'll see. Chris, turn on your video. It's like the moment of like truth, we're just all waiting.
Or is it the moment of Titans and Truth?
Or yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I had to.
That was good.
So dumb.
Hey, there's Chris. How you doing,
I
sir?
don't know what in the world was going on tonight. I'm like,
worry.
did I miss something again?
It's everyone's not used to the Zoom thing, and I'm still new to it and bringing everyone on, so everyone's like thrown off. But hey, welcome to the show, sir. I'm glad you're here.
Well, I'm glad that I get to be last to the party, make the grandest entrance of all.
There we go. Hey, where's that song? I like when you put that song. I need to hear it, and you need to dance. I like that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Well,
that's.
Well, I guess I could do it for the people. Shout out to Nimzilla Park, my guy Alton Hood on Facebook. You gotta follow him because he's the guy that came up with the song. So, if my YouTube acts right, perhaps I can pull it up for the people. And we jam and have a good time to it, although YouTube wants to be slow right now. Now is not the time for slow.
Of course.
But hopefully before the show is over, I'll be more than happy to pop it on for the people.
Hey, you let me know whenever you need to, and I'll give you the spotlight, man. You'll be the show, man.
Hey, no problem there. I will definitely have that ready to go, very much so. But thank y'all for having me on the show. I look forward to this. I always enjoy talking some good football, and we're going to definitely talk some football here tonight.
Yeah, perfect. And again, I want to say thank you guys all for joining me. You'll understand how much this means to me. I've watched every single video of you guys, and to be honest with you, I wanted to kind of give the subscribers a little treat, just because I'm a fan of your work. I'm a fan of Tennessee Titan Weekly, Titan Upload, Titans Tube, Titans and Truth. I've watched all your videos. I participate. I'm liking all this stuff, and that's what we are. We're almost like a community. Like it's good that we're all on the same level, and we all have that same fire, that same passion. Like when I watch, Titans in Truth talk, about the Tennessee Titans, you just see it's just a different – it's just a different look in your eyes when you talk about this team. And again, I've talked to Titan Upload a bunch of times on the phone, and there's times where like, okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow, and we end up 45 minutes in just talking random about the Titans, and it happens like that, like it's something that we're really, really passionate about, and I think this is such a good group of guys, not only support showing up on YouTube, but just in general. And I really appreciate the time you guys take. I appreciate the work you guys put in, the hard work, because, you guys, bust your ass to do all the videos, all the hours spent, and I appreciate each and one of you. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing up to Mr. Titan Show, guys.
Yeah, man. If I can follow up that just by saying, with all these new Titans channels and Titan channels that do exist, and they're kind of popping up here and there. And there's a lot of great ones that aren't joining us right now that are fantastic to follow. But I feel like this is almost a thing that was a long time coming. And so I think I speak for everyone when I say we thank you for kind of putting this whole thing together and letting us all kind of come together as a family, as a Titans YouTube community family, whatever you want to call it. And,
there we go.
Talk about the team we love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have to second that because, truth be told, like I said, with Titans 2, been on the show many times. They got to basically return the favor. So I'm a bit behind. So y'all have to forgive me on that one. But I know I'm going to spook it out. Working Titans Weekly will be on Titans in Truth next week's show. So that's going to be – that is going to be exciting next
Fire.
Wednesday night.
Yes,
y'all
sir.
Stay tuned.
Yep.
It's gonna be a good one.
It sure will be.
and that's definitely something we're gonna be looking forward to. Now, the way this is gonna work out, just because there's so many people, and just not to overcrowd each other and try to talk over each other and have everyone have their own time to shine and talk. I'm gonna ask a couple questions. Maybe like the first question will be the first 3 or 2. And then we'll just go on from there, and then I'll kind of direct, and then whoever wants to jump in after, you're more than welcome to. It's a free zone, man. We're just here to talk some football and some Tennessee Titans as well. So, all right, guys?
Sounds good.
All right. So the very first question I have, all right, and I don't know who I'm going to pick yet, but it's a couple questions. I kind of mix it up like that, but first question is, there's been a rumor, Fox, saying that they're going to put audio, crowd noise into the games, right? That they actually have it. They're trying to make a deal already for audio, just because they said that there will be no fans as of right now in the stadiums. All right, guys? So we're going to have fake audio of people cheering. Now, what do you think about that? And do you think towards the end of the season, it will be back to normal? Will they have people coming back, or will it be limited seating? And the first person I want to ask, it's going to be Titan Upload. Let's throw him on there.
Yeah, good question. First of all, I think there's going to be football. You're already starting to see in Florida, they're going to be working on high school sports coming back in the fall. I think Illinois and some other states will be a little bit far behind. New York is adamant, their governor, about getting professional football back in New York. With no fans, I love to hear what you guys think. I watch a little wrestling. I wouldn't say like I'm a wrestling guru, but WWE was very creative with what they did. They brought a bunch of the wrestlers that are usually in the back, they brought them out. And it's just a different element. They can do it in smaller arenas. I know football is a little bit different, but when you look at it from that perspective, I would rather have a full experience as a fan. I don't want any fake Disney World stuff going on. Just give me football. That's all that matters. It's in a stadium. They're playing. We watched the XFL. At times, the XFL looked great in smaller venues, but when they were in bigger ones like the Meadowlands and stuff in New York, the fans really weren't that big of a deal. You know what I mean? So just give me the full experience of being in the NFL. I'll watch it on TV if I cannot go, being a season ticket holder. Just Titans, give me my money back. That's all I ask. And I mean, is football going to be full swing come, December into the Super Bowl? I think so. I think you're already starting to see the push forward to it. But again, I'm in Illinois. So, I mean, with Illinois, our schools are still shut down. It's just they're going to finally open up, restaurants so you can eat outside in the next week. Parks are going to finally open up. So, I mean, from my perspective, we are way more conservative on it than maybe like Florida with everyone going to the beaches.
All right. And that's the only thing I do worried about. Yeah, it's just that topic and stuff. But I do think midway we'll have seating, people coming in. So what do you think, Tennessee Titans Weekly? What do you think about that subject? Do you think that we're going to have football? And if so, do you think it's going to be limited seating or no crowd at all? And do you mind that at all?
So being former football players, me and Hawk, football, as players, you feed off the crowd's energy. It's an energy type thing. As being a football player, the crowd feeds me. That gives me my energy. Do I think football is going to be played in the fall? Yes, I do. Crowds limited, being a season ticket holder as well. I can see something where they're going to accommodate season ticket holders, but put space. But that's to me being wishful thinking. I'm wishful thinking at this point. But I do think football will be played. It's 50-50 with the crowd, but that's the first time I've heard that rumor. But if I was a player, I wouldn't like it because of the energy. I feed off the crowd. What about you, Hawk? You're on mute.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I do that at times at work. I'm like, oh man, I'm on mute. I've been talking for 10 minutes. Okay, so I would agree with that as well, man. You do feed off the crowd. I do think football will come back probably right on time. I would just hope that the players will be healthy enough because, right now they should be training as a team and everyone's doing their own individual thing at home. And that in itself is a challenge, right? So as far as within the game, I think it's going to be weird, when you only see maybe 20,000, maybe 10,000 fans in the crowd. And I think based upon the full capacity, it would be based upon the state that you're in, because I think every state will be different. Where in Florida, it might be a full crowd, and then you go maybe to Denver, it might not be as much. So I really think it's be based upon, where they play. But I do think football will be back. I don't think the crowd will be in full pack until maybe next year in 2021. I think more time needs to happen, and I just think it varies based upon the state that they're in.
Perfect. That's a really good That's a really good answer. And I've seen if they're not going to have enough people in the crowd, right? I saw one thing with have you seen the picture with the mannequins? Imagine if they put mannequins and they put like jerseys on them, Tennessee Titan players with jerseys. That would be nuts.
It would be, man.
That would be creepy.
It would probably feel like practice to them anyway, because most of the times teams practice with crowd noise, on the speaker. So it'll be just like they're in practice. But yeah.
What do you think, Justin? Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think those are all good answers. And that's especially interesting point about, going from state to state, how some states are cracking down harder on lockdown than others. So that's an interesting point I never really considered, where 1 week you might travel to a state where they're still locking down hard, and so there's not really many people there. But you come to Nashville, and living in Nashville, I mean, it almost seems like things are getting really back to normal. I mean, I see people out and about all the time, not even wearing masks. Is that a dumb thing to do? That's whatever. That's your opinion about how you feel about that. But with teams coming to Nashville to play the Titans, and if there's not really any lockdown policy in place, and they're about to be playing in front of a full stadium of fans. So that was an interesting point. But yeah, I do think football will be back. Whether fans are there or not remains to be seen. I feel like I want to say, yeah, I'm pretty optimistic about it. I think there's going to be fans back in the stands, but football will be played regardless, I think. And I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy about the crowd noise idea because I also agree. And I've heard interviews with some players, I think from the NBA, who were asked about that, and they said it would affect the game. It would affect, the energy and the momentum and the adrenaline and all that stuff, because having fans there watching you definitely impacts how a player's going to play.
Yep, definitely. I agree with you completely. And that's just hopefully everything goes back to normal. And like you said, I just came back from Florida and they had completely different just way of doing things from Texas. In Florida, I had to wear a mask everywhere I went. Texas, it's up to you. You don't have to. But in Miami, they won't serve you in the restaurant. They won't even in drive-through. You have to wear a mask. So, yeah, each state's different, and it's just a strange time to live right now. What do you think, Chris? What do you think, man?
Well, I'm going to actually play a little devil's advocate on the other side of the fence. Now, truth be told, I think, football's definitely going to be back, and I look forward to it. As everybody else is here, I, too, am a season ticket holder. And, even though I'm in Memphis now instead of Nashville where I was, I mean, the same thing is kind of going on here as Justin alluded to. I mean, right now, Memphis is kind of heading into phase 3 almost in the same way. I try to wear a mask. My wife, she's a health educator, which she brings this point up to me. I want to be there when the team is playing because it is much more exciting that way. And especially when you go to Nissan Stadium and you see the lower bowl filled up, you hear the rockets of the crowd, even though there's visiting fans there, you could tell big time we are in it to win it as Titans fans, especially in the lower bowl. So it'll be a much different effect without the fans. And I don't like it. I mean, but as Titan Upload alluded to with the WWE, I am a WWE fan. I'm a wrestling fan. I've been watching, and you get to focus more on the actual wrestling itself. The actual wrestling, you kind of hear them jawing at each other and things like that. So, I mean, that particular part could be all right because you hear the trash talking between the teams and things like that you would not ordinarily hear when a lot of fans are there. The only thing that kind of makes me nervous, I think in the beginning, it's going to be fine. But one thing that my wife has basically mentioned to me a lot is that there's a nervous thing about a possible second wave that happens after November because, that's flu season. That's when the flu is just bad. And add COVID-19 to all of this, it could be really crazy where things, start to pop back up and then shut back down. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I do not want that to happen. Let me go on record and saying that now. I love football just as much as all the guys on this show. I do not want that to happen. COVID-19 has ruined my life and has ruined all of our lives to a big time extent. But I'm hoping that it goes through everything's just fine. I think it's going to start off good. We'll see how it goes if they keep the testing right. And I think it'll start at limited capacity, work its way up. But I got to be there. We got to be there, y'all. I just think the atmosphere, the experience is just too much fun. I can't just sit and watch on TV and I don't see no fans there. That's just weird.
I agree with you, man. Yeah, it's going to be rough if there's no fans or anything like that. But we'll see what happens, and hopefully we do have football. I pretty much everyone's optimistic right now. Everything's just slowly but surely opening up. And
hey, one thing I want to add. I don't want to step in here, but if the Utah Jazz situation. How is the NFL, how is any sport going to handle that where you're full swing, you're going, and then all of a sudden like 5 players come down with it? Is it going to have the same impact as it did, March as it would in September? So something to keep an eye on. Who knows? The Titans could be 16-0 and then the season get canceled. We don't want that.
No.
It would something would happen like that though.
How could you bring that possibility up?
It would be befitting if that actually happened. Titans have a great record. Shut the season down.
Right.
You're right there, Justin.
Yep.
Yeah,
and football would be more of a contagious sport for that to happen, even more than basketball. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So have you guys heard of the new NFL changes that are happening or any proposals that's been happening lately? Or you heard about that 4th and 15? You heard about that? What do you guys think about that? We'll go from Titans and Truth. What'd you hear about that? What do you think about that idea?
Now, I was listening to my guys A to Z Sports, Austin and Zach this morning. I want to say this morning or yesterday, and the NFL is supposed to be voting on that. And I think the results supposed to be coming in maybe by at the earliest, I think tonight or sometime this weekend about that. I think if it being 4th and 15, I think it makes it a lot more interesting because I want to say it was like 32 attempts of onside kicks last year. Only maybe 8, maybe only 2 or 3 of them were successful. Only like 6%. So I think if you add a 4th and 15, it does give a better chance for it to be successful. Maybe not much because it's 4th and 15. All people are going to do is just play prevent defense, protect the stick. That's what you should do. But I think it would be very interesting. It will make it a lot more fun. You'll be wanting to watch because onside kick, you're thinking 9 times out of 10 they're not going to recover this. So
it's kind of
it's going to, it'll make it so that you kind of stay glued in and watch, but it gives that team behind more opportunity to get back in the game or win it.
What do you think, Justin? What do you think about that? Do you like that?
That particular rule change. Well, first of all, I know this wasn't the question, but how they voted in the 2021 season to add an extra game and an extra playoff team, don't like it. Don't care for it at all. So that's we can get into that if you want, but in regards to that new change, I wish there was more of a middle ground because yes, onside kicks were pretty much impossible to recover. I forgot what percentage you brought up. What was it, like 5% or something?
Yeah, it was very low. It was really low because they never worked.
So yeah, it's pretty much a done deal if you can't recover it. But at the same time, it's almost like you should have played a better game and not gone down by 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. But to give another chance to the other team, is it just me or does 4th and 15 almost seem? It's not easy by any means, but it almost seems way too doable as opposed to the onside kick. I think it should be, I don't know, make it a longer distance, maybe like a 4th and 20 or 4th and 25, or I do like how you start like on your own 25, so like you're really screwed if you don't pick it up. But I don't know, maybe I'm just picky. It could just be me being a little bit picky, but I wish it was a little harder than even a 4th and 15. Like I want it to be really, really hard for the other team to take that option instead of doing an onside kick. Would that? It's still an option. They can elect to try the onside kick, can't they?
Yeah.
Or do the 4th and 15.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's not like they're forced into. They're not doing away with onside kicks entirely.
No.
But, it's interesting. I think it's okay. I kind of wish it was still a little harder to pick up and continue and get an extra possession than just getting 15 yards on a play. But yeah.
That's cool. What do you think, Upload? Do you like it? You disagree? You agree?
I kind of agree with Justin. I think 4th and 15, I play Madden a lot. And just last night I was playing Madden and it was like 4th and 25 and the computer got it. So a 4th and 15 to me seems, you know what I mean, way too easy. I kind of love the XFL, how they did kicks. I know we're talking about something different here, but if this is the option for safety, and then I don't know, I just honestly wish you just keep the rules the same. This is one of the rules I don't think you need to change. You know what I mean? Okay. And, if you don't have a strong defense, this definitely hurts you more than, you know what I mean? But like, I forget who mentioned this earlier. Maybe you should just not go down by 14 points or whatever it is.
Don't play bad football. Yeah, makes sense.
So does anyone know which team actually proposed this?
That I don't.
Probably the Browns or something.
Browns?
I think it was the Phillies.
No, it was the Eagles.
It was the
Eagles.
Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah, the Eagles proposed that.
There wasn't Jacksonville, right?
No.
You think it's a team that's always done by 14 points in the 4th quarter or more, but
So that's another thing I wanted to kind of get into as well. We saw the AFL do a couple of changes to the game, which I kind of liked. I mean, we're shying away from, we're almost talking about onside kicks and stuff like that, was, the kickoff, the kick return. I liked it, to be honest with you. I don't know about any of you guys, but I thought There was barely any touchbacks, and there was a lot of action. And again, the number one thing we wanted was the safety of the players. Most of the time, all the kickoffs are usually touchbacks, and there's never a kick return. So what do you guys think about that? We'll start with Tennessee Titans Weekly. Did you like that kickoff, or you rather do just the normal NFL kickoff?
Well, I liked it pretty much. I mean, it's special teams is very dangerous in football in any level, right? Special teams, even in my lifetime, I probably got hit more in special teams than actually playing on offense or defense. And so, with the XFL, with the rule that they had overall, I mean, it was okay. I think they kicked it from the 35-yard line. Is that right?
Yeah, 35.
Yes, 35. So, it in that regard, I mean, if they did that in the NFL, the kickers are, a bit better than the XFL kickers. We probably have, I would say, maybe more touchbacks in this regard. But I'm okay with it either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with you, Hawk. It's one of those things we're meddling with rules, and we seem to change a rule or propose a rule change every year, and I'm almost like, hey, keep it how it is. But how the XFL did it was exciting. You get to see more more touchbacks, more returns. But either way, if they can either keep it or they don't keep it. But I'm not opposed to it. If they want to change it, I'm okay with it. So.
Okay. What about you, Chris? What do you think? Yay or nay on the kickoff return?
Say, honestly enough, I like. This might sound crazy. I like the collisions a bit, but I don't want nobody to get hurt. But I think the XFL did do it better to where, you're within 5 yards, so you can make it so, you have some good blocking. And I believe it was that if it didn't make it past the 20-yard line on a kickoff,
they would get it.
It gets it at the opponent's 45. So it does give a little bit of an incentive. And maybe they can say, add this. If the kicker kicks it through the uprights, maybe you get an extra point or something like that. So that would be, I think that would be a little bit interesting. I did kind of like the kickoff, the way the XFL did it. So, I mean, I think that would make it interesting. And, something we could bring up later, they're also talking about eliminating the Vrabel rule.
Yep. It's ready in play.
Yeah, I think somebody up north, I'm not going to name no names, Belichick. I don't know who that was, trying to take that away because we took advantage of that. But I like the kickoff. I think the kickoff is cool with the way the XFL did it. So, I mean, hopefully it ain't more touchbacks. Give opportunities. We got to have some excitement. Opportunities. And for Titan Weekly, one other thing, I have to admit, Titan Weekly Hawk, you know what? I have to apologize because you know what? When I played in high school, I scoffed at special teams. I'm not even going to lie because I'm thinking, you know what? I'm trying to start on defense or, I'm trying to start on defense. I'm trying to come after the quarterback. I'm not trying to play no special teams. Why do I need to play special teams? If I do then what I do now just to get on the field, I'm like, hey, sign me up for punt return, coach.
What do you think, Titan Upload? What do you think about that kickoff return? You like it? You don't?
Yeah, like I said, I don't mind it. I don't really think we need to change anything at this point. I agree with Titans Weekly. I only got to high school football, unfortunately, because I was too slow. And I wasn't tall, so that's not a really good mix in football. But what I would say is special teams, I remember many times in high school football, special teams is where I took most of the collisions and, that kind of stuff. So, keep it simple is what I would say for this right now. I mean, I just can't see it any other way. I mean, it's just not going to make too much of a difference. And then, like you mentioned, kicking through the uprights. Well, let's just have fun with this one then. How about kicking through the uprights? You get the ball back. So there's your onside. I actually like that better than 4th and 15.
Oh, Titan Upload getting some crazy talk here. That's cool, man. We need to say
if you're the Baltimore Ravens and you have Justin Tucker, they would never go on defense. He could probably kick it through the uprights every time on a kickoff.
Yeah, and we play him this year, so I wouldn't want that rule change.
Man,
yeah,
that would be
absolutely not. So talk about, towards this season. So let's focus on this season. Who do you think the Tennessee Titans? Who's going to give us the most problem this year? At any team at all in the NFL. We'll start with Justin because you're on the big screen. You're looking at me, so might as well.
Ooh, awesome.
Go ahead,
what team is going to give us the most problem as far as the teams that we face? Or
Yep, facing the
Sorry, what'd you
schedule.
say?
Yeah, sorry about that. That was my fault for not clearing that up. Yeah, facing in the schedule. Who's the toughest match we have on the schedule?
Let's see. So my first answer would be to I want to say the Colts because it's the Colts. They always give us problems, and we face them
Okay.
twice. We face them twice in the span of 3 weeks, which I don't like.
It's like last year with the Texans.
I mean, going up to Minnesota and Green Bay in the NFC is going to be a big challenge. As those are both two playoff teams from last year that are tough at home. But I would still say the Colts. I mean, there's a lot of question marks still to be answered with as far as what is Phillip Rivers going to give them. But they drafted that running back out of Wisconsin. I think they drafted a receiver pretty high too. And you know how good their offensive line is. So that could be a recipe to give us some problems. I know it's the answer like almost every year. Got to beat the Colts. Got to beat the Colts. We got to get over this
It's
hump.
true, though.
And we split against them last year, which is fantastic. Like I'll freaking take that over our past against Andrew Luck and all that. So
Ugh.
I'll just go with the easy, safe answer. I'll say the Colts. I mean, if we can get through them, I'm liking our chances, at least in the division this year.
I agree with you completely. A lot of people are sleeping on the Colts because they said, they got Phillip Rivers. They said he's washed up. Yeah, he had a bad year last year, but he didn't have that offensive line he has this year. The Colts, yeah, they're division rivals. I can't stand them. That's probably one of the teams I can't stand the most. But their offensive line is top 5. They're really nasty. And you have, Rivers. You have T.Y. Hilton now. We always gave us problems. So what do you think, Upload? Who's going to be the toughest?
Well, I actually like Justin's answer with the Colts because if you think of it this way, going back and trying to find out, okay, out of all these free agents, I think everybody thinks we're getting Clowney. Like that's coming at some point, right? It's just when. But I kind of thought about, okay, well, what happens if we don't get Clowney? Are there any guys out there? And I got to Damon Harrison or whatever from the Lions. And the one area of the Titans I think is our weakest right now is besides Simmons, is our defensive line. Well, what's the one strength of the Colts? Their offensive line. That is not a good mix. Yep. So I think on the surface, we do play the Colts twice. Maybe it's not the hardest on the schedule because I think the Ravens are gunning for us. If you saw their offseason, they're not going to lose to the Titans this year. That's their focus. So they tried to fix all those holes. But when you look at like I said, the Colts, that might be the most important win or the most important games that we play on the schedule the 2 times we play the Colts.
I agree.
What do you guys think?
What do you think, Tennessee Titans Weekly?
Well, I agree. I would say that, me and Jacques, we just had our show yesterday upon, the games that we would lose. We predicted 11-5 without knowing each other's schedule. And we actually had us losing to the Colts and losing to the Ravens. The Ravens have us marked on their calendar like this, right? They have our name circled. So exactly. And when you look at who they drafted with their linebackers, they brought in Calais Campbell. The reason is because they had a very poor rush defense last year, and they see 22 is coming back, and he's going to be running all over them in November. But that might change, which I do think, they're going to play angry. If you ever went up against someone that's more angrier than you and you're not prepared for it, you're going to lose. So I think that's the case. But I don't want to go with the flow. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I think for me, it would be the Green Bay Packers. And the reason I say the Packers is because they play them in December. It's going to be cold. Matt LaFleur is doing this right now, right? He's like, okay, I get to play my old team again, right? You got Aaron Rodgers. It's really hard to beat Aaron Rodgers. I think, offensively, Green Bay will be prepared. They will be a playoff team again next year. I think the Packers will be besides the Ravens and Colts are 1 and 2 for me. Then I would say the Packers are number 3 based on weather, based on them being a good offensive football team. And for us, we might, towards the end of the season, we might rest guys based upon our record. So I'm going to say the Packers. What about you, Jacques?
So for me, it's going to be the Steelers. And that's something that we haven't been able to get over the hump is with the Steelers. If you know the previous year when we played them, we went down.
Oh my God, that Thursday night, right?
was
Oof.
destroyed. I mean, they put up
I
points.
was there at the game.
You
We
were?
couldn't move the ball.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. We couldn't move the ball. I mean, the Steelers defense is still the Steelers defense. People have to realize they got Bud Dupree, they got Watt, they have Minka Fitzpatrick back there, they have the linebackers, they have the defensive line. It's something that about the Steelers, their culture. They always breed a tough football team. And we know we're tough, they're tougher. And they got Big Ben coming back too. And I'm not counting out Big Ben just because he was injured last year. They almost went
Exactly.
into the playoffs with backup quarterback. So
Exactly. You're
we
correct
were,
on that one.
we were
Completely.
we were a couple of games. We were battling with the Steelers. So for me, it'll be the Steelers. And to allude what Justin said earlier about the extra playoff game that they're and the extra playoff team that they're allowing to get in the playoffs, that's something that the Steelers can keep up on. I'm totally with the Colts and the Ravens, but the Steelers is a team we have to watch because they're always nipping at our heels and they don't miss too many playoffs. So remember that. If it's one playoff season, they'll get in the next season. So
That could be a
completely
big like
agree with you.
head-to-head. It could be like a big head-to-head tiebreaker that would come into play
Right.
at the end of the season, like you were, kind of saying.
Yeah.
And the Colts
I
will make the
agree with you.
playoffs too. By the way, the Colts will make the playoffs this year.
Yeah,
I think
they will definitely make the playoffs. But again, like he was saying, I mean, they almost got the last wild card spot playing with a backup, and their defense was playing lights out. So that defense is going to show up again, and we always have problems. We always have problems, with defenses, and especially this year, we play a lot of tough defenses. We have the Bears. Yeah, their offense isn't the greatest, but Minnesota. I mean, it's gonna be a grimy. The schedule looks good, but at the same time, it could switch on us real bad. What do you think, Titans and Truth?
Well, first off, I also have two dark horse teams that haven't been mentioned yet. My top one, and if y'all have watched my show, which I know y'all have, the Ravens by far is the team that I'm worried about because, again, Titans Weekly alluded to this. They built their entire offseason to come after us. They have, like he said, they have us circled on their calendar. They cannot wait for week 11. They want us badly. And it would just crush them if we go in there and crush them again, which I still have them doing that, by the way. But the Colts, and I agree with Titan Upload, Colts are extremely important. Phillip Rivers, yes, he's washed up, but he's playing behind a great offensive line now. That's going to help prolong his career. But and Green Bay, I think that could be a Derrick Henry run fest if things play right. Cold, maybe bring back shades of Eddie George against Cleveland. That would be nice to see Derrick Henry just running in the snow for Christmas. Give us a Christmas gift. But two teams that are dark horses that kind of worry me a little bit. Number one, I'm going to say, starting right off the bat, going to Denver to play the Broncos.
Yeah.
That is going to be an interesting game for two reasons. A, Jarrell Casey is going to be motivated to play against us.
He's got that mark down too.
He's going to be motivated playing against his former team. Number two, they drafted extremely well. Denver had a very, very good draft. They bring in Jerry Jeudy, then come right behind that and bring in KJ Hamler, who's a speedster, to go along with Cortland Sutton. Back there, they got Melvin Gordon along with Philip Lindsay. Right now, Denver, they're building, of course, to face Kansas City. They're trying to fight fire with fire. So, and then number three, of course, being in Mile High, that's not going to be easy to kick off the season with something like that. My second dark horse team, and nobody's brought this one up yet, we have got to find a way to beat the Buffalo Bills. The Bills has been our kryptonite the last couple of years. How is it that Josh Allen has beat us twice already?
It's horrible, man. We have the worst games against. It's like a low scoring defensive game, and we always end up losing the last quarter. It's really bad.
And we have the worst kind of bad luck when it comes
against
to
the
Buffalo.
Bills. Yep.
First, Nick Williams drops the touchdown pass he would have wanted. Then Cairo Santos just decides to doink 4 kicks in that particular game. So, We have had the worst luck.
Hawk is
against
dying
the
over there. He's
Buffalo
laughing.
Bills.
He can't stop laughing.
I mean,
Hey,
one-
facts, no paper, man. Seriously.
facts. Facts indeed. But those two games definitely kind of freaked me out a little bit. Broncos, Bills, definitely.
Okay.
But I would love to smack the Ravens around one more time and make them feel sad again.
I agree. I agree with you completely. So the very last question, because I think I have a time limit actually on Zoom. It doesn't let me have enough people, and it kicks us off. So I don't want to be mid-show and get kicked off. The last question of the night. It's going to be, what football game are you guys most excited to go see? I'm going to I'm going the October 4th, which is the Steelers game. That's the one I wanted to go. I usually go towards the end of October, but we have a bye week. But I believe I'm going for the season opener, hopefully, against the Jacksonville, and then I'm trying to do the Steelers game as well. What games? And we'll just go down the line. We'll start with Tennessee Titans Weekly and see if what game are you most intrigued to go see.
So for me, and Titans in truth, and Hawk knows, I hate the Bills. I hate the Bills with a passion. I was at that game, Titans in truth, last year, just seeing Santos miss those kicks. Josh Allen runs down there and he goes down there and scrambles and throwing. It blusters me because our team is better than the Bills, and Josh Allen is to me, in my opinion, mediocre at best. Still a good quarterback, but mediocre. But when we play the Bills know how to travel and they bring their fans, okay? Mm-hmm. And something that we haven't been able to do is fill the stadium when the Bills fans are here. So the energy when the Bills come to town, I'm here. I'm hyped up. It's a game where my energy is very high. I am in the game, and it's a fight. So for me, it's the Bills, man. I want them to beat. Matter of fact, I want them to handle the Bills so bad. I want us to just blow them out the water. This is one game. Please give me one game.
Understood, man.
What do you think, Hawk?
I have two, man. One is the here in Nashville, we'll play the Pittsburgh Steelers on October 4th. Now, as we mentioned earlier, when we played them on a Thursday night, I was there in Pittsburgh, and the fans were real rowdy. And that's okay. I understand. They love the Steelers. It is what it is. I had so many people talking trash to me, and I really enjoyed that. But now they're here, and we have a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans, not only in Nashville, but throughout the world. I would love nothing else but to see them lose here in Nashville, and they can go home and be sad and cry and all those things. Pittsburgh has been a thorn to our side for so many years. Every time we see Pittsburgh, it comes out to be a loss most of the time, especially over the past several years. Back in the day, in the AFC Central days, it was a gridlock. At times, we would beat them when they had the best record, or they would beat us when we had the best record. Kind of the same with the Ravens. It was kind of weird. But I would love to see us beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I have kind of personally, I would love for them to beat them. And second, man, for me, more than the Pittsburgh game is November 29th against the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis. I've been there as well to watch the Titans play the Colts again historically, especially when Andrew Luck was here. We never beat them. I mean, it's just what it was. So we finally got a split with them last year. So if we could beat them at home and then we end up playing them in Indianapolis and win, that would be a huge motivator for us, man. I am really looking forward to that because that's going to test us to see how well are we now at that point of the season, right after the fact that we just played them 2 weeks prior. How well will we do again with them? If we can beat them 2 out of 3 weeks, the Titans are going to go far in the playoffs, dude, because the Colts are a playoff team. I'm telling you.
Sounds good. Sounds good. What do you think, Titan Upload? What game are you looking forward to?
I'm going to throw a curveball at you. All right.
Bears.
This is just me. So we sit in 145, so we're behind the end zone. We're lower level. We love them. We bought in super cheap in 2015. I'm going opening preseason Giants. Why? This is when all the battles and the fun. This is your team. You know, we analyze it. We talk about it all the time. Titans too, maybe you're the only one that probably has more media access than any of us, I think, right now. But I can't go to training camp and get behind the scenes and like interview players and stuff. Preseason's the best opportunity to get super close. And plus, towards the end of those games, I mean, that's when your battles are won and lost. So interviewing Mason Kinsey, that's going to be very intriguing for me, that wide receiver spot, number 5. Mm-hmm. And there, what about, what's his name? Laurel Murchison. That's going to be can he step up and be that guy in the 5th round that we drafted, and maybe he takes the step up? I mean, you really do find out a lot about these guys. So that's why I would say but that's just me personally.
I like that though. I like that the little curveball.
Yeah.
I think we weren't expecting that, but it's nice. It's good. Again, that's why people actually watch all our YouTube videos, is because we all bring a little something different, right? Something different to the table, and it's just another opinion, and that's fine, man. That's your opinion. That's solid to me, man. What do you think, Justin? What game are you looking forward to?
Briefly piggybacking off of Titan Upload's preseason selection, I do like the preseason. I like really just like the first couple games. I like watching our draft picks. I'm excited to watch who's our running back from Appalachian State, because I think he'll play a lot in the
Darrington
preseason.
Evans.
I'm excited to watch the
Darrington
guy I can't even remember. Yes, Darrington Evans. And Isaiah Wilson playing tackle, and our corner from LSU. I'm excited to see those
Christian
guys
Fulton.
and see him in the two-tone blue for the first time, and see him kind of catch up to speed in the game. I remember watching Kevin Byard in the preseason, getting a couple picks, and then being really excited about him. I was excited to watch A.J. Brown last year, too, in the preseason, but he didn't play at all in the preseason, I don't think, and then he ended up blowing everybody's minds when he stepped on the field for the real games. So that was great that ended up happening. But yeah, I do like that pick. As far as games that we're most excited about seeing in person live, that was the question.
Yep.
I'm also a season ticket holder, so I've got a number of games to choose from. But I'm also kind of talking about talking with Caleb, who co-hosts this Titans Tube with me, going to Denver because that's where he lives. So we've been we're kind of planning on it last year, and then that fell through. And thank goodness it did, because that would have been the worst game I think I've ever attended. So we're kind of talking about it this year. It's a Monday night game. It'll be super exciting. I'm also really considering trying to go up to Lambeau Field to that game, because personally, as a football fan, I just really like the Green Bay Packers as a franchise. I like their history. I like how they are one of the original teams. Vince Lombardi, legend. Brett Favre was awesome to watch back in his heyday. So I don't know. I kind of like the Green Bay Packers and that whole tradition. And to watch the Titans play in Lambeau Field in December would be like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So considering going to that. Having said all those things, I think the game I'm definitely going to that I'm looking forward to most, and they were my answer for another question, is against the Colts at home. It's a Thursday night game. We're under the bright lights. The atmosphere is going to be electric. That's the first game that we play against them. And I think that's the only, the Broncos and the Packers are road games, and those are the only other primetime games. So we get three primetime games, which I think is probably the best you can ask for as a Titans fan for this year. And so our one home game against the Colts, that's going to be super exciting. So I'm most excited about going to that one.
Perfect. That's cool. Yeah, I went to I think it was a couple years back when we played the Colts. It was a Monday night game. Do you guys remember that? I think
Mariota to Taywan Taylor in the fourth quarter for the touchdown to win it.
Yep, I remember. I was there. It was a really good atmosphere as well.
One-legged Mariota, by the way.
He was hurt.
Right. Yeah,
he was hurt and
pocket passer that whole game.
Yep. He didn't
prove those doubters wrong that he couldn't be a pocket passer just for that one game, though.
Right. Just for that one game. He's like, got you guys. I'm done. All right. Chris, what game are you looking forward to, buddy?
Yeah, for right quick, me and Justin, we remember when we played the Ravens in the rain. Me and Justin did his show, and that was
I had forgotten it, Chris, but thank you for
that was the most depressing show we could possibly put together. But in a happy time, I would say one game, of course, the Steelers. I'm looking forward to that one because now that I've moved to Memphis from Nashville, it is Steeler country down here. Steelers and Cowboys down here all the time. I'm surrounded by them. I feel like I'm engulfed by them. So going to see the Steelers and kick their butts and get to drive back to Memphis for 3 hours will be a joy to my heart. And I will go all over the streets of Memphis talking bad to the Steelers fans, talking about, I know y'all just got beat by the Titans, right? Yeah, we got y'all. So
There you
that's
go.
definitely one thing I'm looking forward to. The Bears game is going to be probably a good one. I actually got a coworker friend of mine. She's a big Bears fan, trying to get tickets to that game. I'm trying to help her with that, but be nice to go up there and see us take down Khalil Mack. One road game that I'm actually considering thinking about, and this is my brother's favorite team. For some reason, I don't know why in the world he's a fan of the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know why. I don't know how. I did not influence that. But I would probably think about going there because I wouldn't mind just checking out Joe Burrow, seeing him play, although I like to see him get his butt kicked. But I like Joe Burrow. He's cool. But that's a road game that I'm looking forward to as well. So, but definitely would love to just be able to stick it to Steeler fans.
Definitely. Yeah, I was thinking of doing a road game as well since I'm in Dallas. You know, Houston's not that far. We play them, so I wouldn't mind going over there and seeing us beat up on the Texans. You know, maybe get a autograph from Bill O'Brien. Maybe get a picture with him. Tell him he's my favorite GM.
Nice selfie.
So, you know, he's a really good guy. I mean, he knows what he's doing, guys. He knows what he's doing. But again, I want to thank you guys again for spending some time to get this all worked out. And I had a great time talking to each and every one of you guys. You guys have that passion again.
Yeah.
And if anyone's watching, I don't have too many people watching me, so I'm sorry, guys. But if anyone's watching and you haven't subscribed to any of these guys are the main Titan guys. These are the guys you want to go to. You got Titans 2, Tennessee Titans Weekly, and Titan Upload. These guys are always on, always giving it their all. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. And thank you guys from the bottom of my heart again from coming out and talking some football. And not only talking about Tennessee Titans, just talking about NFL changes, some of the rules and stuff. So thank you again.
Yeah.
And
Titans in Truth. Shout out to Titans in Truth. I know you didn't mean to, but you forgot about.
There's a lot of you guys, all right?
There's a lot of
just to add on to
Got to
it.
show love to everybody.
Oh, he's got it, guys. Go. There it is.
For all of us.
All right, there we go.
Way to close it out.
Yeah.
I like it. And if you guys want to, say anything, we'll start our Tennessee Titans Weekly, and we'll go on each person and sign off, man. Go ahead. What do you want to do?
Thanks again, Mr. Titan. Thank you as well for inviting us on the show. Had a great time with you, Titan Upload, Titans the Truth, and Titans 2. Man, we truly appreciate it. For those that are watching, again, you can subscribe to our channel. If you want to contact us, we are at Tennessee Titans Weekly at gmail.com. On Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. We're trying to get our Instagram followers up. And on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7. Yes, sir.
And also, looking down the pipeline, we got some things coming in the works as well. We're going to eventually pay back the favor. We're going to have all these Titans channels, Titan Upload, Titan 2, Titans and Truth, Mr. Titan. We're going to have a show like this, people. So get ready. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And like I said, the community is a lovely thing to see. Us have a Titans community. The Bears have one. The Cowboys have their community. The Steelers have their community.
Now we got one.
Community. We got one now. So, and Mr. Titan, we really appreciate it, man. Once again, hey, we love the channel. We love all you guys' channel. It's an honor to be here. And hey, as I say all the time, tighten up. And hey, subscribe to everybody's channel and get the likes up. Subscribe, get everybody's Instagram up. So hey, we really appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Titan Upload.
Yeah, I just want to basically say what Titans Weekly said, just taking time out of your schedule to organize this on Zoom for all, you know what I mean? It's
watch out.
I don't know about you, but I'm kind of with Titans too. Like, I'm not great with Zoom. You think I'd be a little bit better being a teacher, but I'm just not. So maybe next year. But dude, thank you for the invite. You are too hard on yourself, man. You're doing great things in short time. I've mentioned this many, many times on my show or our shows. Just like the first couple months, I'm at 50 subs, and I look over at Mr. Titan, and you're like 1 or 2 months in, and you are over 500, dude. That's impressive. But you do hard work. That interview with McGrath was awesome, man. Good for you, and keep up the good work. And all of you guys, just to tighten up to each and every one of you. It's been a blast just being able to talk Titans with you guys. So hopefully we can keep this going, and I think we're going to have a great season again. No more 9-7s.
There we go. There we go. We're gonna go with Justin, Titans 2.
9-7 gets us to the AFC Championship game, though. I'm okay with that.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, I at this point, all I can do is piggyback off of what everybody's been saying. I'm flattered. I'm grateful to be a part of this community, and I'm thankful for you, Mr. Titan, for putting this all together and how you've just splashed onto the scene and kind of taken over and just kind of started taking charge of, yeah, let's bring all these Titans channels together and talk some football, and you're getting it done. Yeah, Tennessee Titans Weekly and Titan Upload. I know we haven't had an opportunity really to talk in depth or do a video together, but I'm sure in the future that would be in the works at any time. I'm willing to come on your show, or y'all can come on my show or Caleb's show. I don't know. He's in and out these days, I guess, but no, he's still very much part of Titans Tube. But yeah, and I know there's other Titans channels out there that are part of this community, even though they're not in on this video right here. Maybe we can reach out to them at some point and do another one of these. So yeah, everybody just keep crushing it. I love how frequently all of you guys have been pumping out content. Way more than me. I need to pick things up, honestly. I've been dropping off a little bit, but yeah, super grateful to be a part of this. Thank you, Mr. Titan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Chris, last but not least, man, say thank you and jam out, brother. Let me hear that song. I want to see you dancing, man. We about to get out of here.
All right. Well, I could definitely do that and got it going in the background. But thank everybody for tuning in. You know, Mr. Titan, you have been doing your thing. So like Titan Upload said, don't be hard on yourself. You are doing great. You are definitely doing great. I got to be on your first show and I was cool with that. Titans Tube. Everybody, Tennessee Titans Weekly will be on this week, coming up to complete the quartet because I've been with everybody. Shout out to Azul Grande, Alejandro Torres mask.
Got to get one of those masks
that we've been giving away. So shout out to Alejandro Torres for that. Y'all know where y'all can catch me on Tennessee TNT Enforcers. Check it out on Instagram at Titans_N_Truth. I'm going to get that up. Twitter, TNT Blue Enforcer. Check it out. Website's going to be getting put back together, and some big things are coming for Titans and Truth. I guarantee it. You're not going to want to miss it. These faces that you're seeing, believe me, they will be a part of Titans and Truth many a moons to come in the future. So make sure y'all come on up and let's get all our subscribers up. We all got to get to 1,000. So let's
there we go.
Look at this guy, dude. Give him a job at NFL Network, man.
He should
all the time.
Like I said, thank you guys so much. It's basically a Tennessee Titans family, and always, guys, always remember to tighten up. All right, guys. Thank you, and God bless you guys.
Tighten up.